The new expansion pack is coming out soon, and I just know that as soon as it releases, it is going to completely take over my life. So in anticipation of that, I was thinking that maybe we should do some base game builds now, because we all know that as soon as the pack comes out, it's all I'm gonna want to build with. I actually really enjoy doing base game builds, and they're more useful for all of you because you can actually download them. But to spice things up a little bit and add some extra challenge, I was thinking that we could do a random number generator to determine the budget of the builds. I think I'll set the number between 1 and 50,000, and then we'll just see what it gives us. Okay, that's not a lot of money. That's only 13,000. Okay, well, I was kind of hoping for like 35, but it's okay. We can manage with 13, I think. I think, at least. We'll have to see how this goes. Oh, also, just ignore this, okay? This test sim is a little bit alarming. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. That's just dead Stanley. It's okay. Lovely weather we're having as well. You know, you're not really helping me out here, game. All right, the thingy spoke, and it said 13,578 simoleons. I'm gonna build this on a 20 by 15 lot, just because I feel like we probably shouldn't be trying to do anything big. And I also want to fit at least 2 bedrooms. If we could try and have 4 Sims sleep here, that's probably ideal. I want this to be like the most useful house possible. So the goal is what? Useful, cheap, fits at least 4 Sims, and not ugly? Cool, okay. I think we can do that. This might actually be one of those times where it's better to build this by room instead of just like making a big giant shape and then trying to fill it up, because this way we can ensure that we've got enough space to fit everything. This is also maybe a really bad idea, but I kind of think I want to do a wraparound porch too. It's gonna cost a lot of money to buy the railings, but it's just so cute to have little porches like that. Okay, that's too much money. That's not gonna work. This is gonna be way worse than I thought it was gonna be. In this sort of situation, smaller is better. We just have to shrink it a little bit. We can't afford a lot of walls, so that's like half the issue and half the battle, is that we're gonna have to make it really, really, really small on the inside. Okay, so if there was like maybe 2 bedrooms and a bathroom laid out like this upstairs, that is gonna be kind of tight to fit in a double bed, but it will work. Do you think I can afford this extra bump out? Probably not, right? That's maybe too much money. I was gonna see about putting the living room in there, but that might not be a good idea. It might be better not to. Well, here's what I'm thinking for the floor plan. So I'm imagining that we'll have a small dining room, kind of, oh, that's tight. Okay, dining table goes here instead. Dining room sort of in the entryway. Then we've got a small kitchen set up, kind of like right here. That's not gonna work, is it? Okay, hold on. Maybe the kitchen goes like over here. If it needs to be bigger, that's fine. We can probably afford that. But then I'm kind of confused about where to put the living room. I didn't want to put it in here because there's not a lot of walking space. Obviously, this is more realistic. Like, having the kitchen and dining room together makes more sense. Maybe I can build this out a little bit. Oh God, oh, this is too much money. But maybe the living room could be like that, and then there's a sort of fancy formal entryway. I want to have a TV too, but it's so much money. Everything is so expensive. I would also love to have a desk, but I think even doing that is too much money. I guess we just have to think about what's absolutely necessary. So things like this, we're gonna need a tub. We also need to have a toilet and a sink. I'm gonna do space for 2 toddlers because toddler beds are cheap. So that makes things easier. And I don't know if this is gonna work. We might have to get rid of the chimney thing. That was maybe a good idea in theory, but not so good in practice. And that's all right. It's okay. Not every idea works out. And that's fine. Okay. Just for a second, let's like think about windows and stuff because I didn't do that yet. This is so much harder than I thought it was. I always come into these things so confident. It's like embarrassing. I get way too overconfident thinking like, oh, we can totally do a perfect budget build challenge. And then I actually start doing it and it's not perfect and it goes really badly. Especially since I wanted to have like this giant porch. That's expensive to put all of the fences there. I'm gonna use this column because it's the cheapest, not ugly one. It is 60 simoleons, but this one is so plain. Like, I don't really want to use that. I'll use these little stairs and then delete the underside because that gives us back a lot of money. We might have to delete the underside of the stairs inside too. That saves so much money. I don't like having to do that because I don't think it looks very good to have the stairs floating, but it got me 476 extra simoleons, and $476 goes a long way. Thankfully for us, roofs are completely free, so so that's gonna make things a little bit easier here. Not really obsessed with that little door, but it's also quite cheap, so we might have to use one of these. It's only 175. I'm thinking I'll just put a flat bit of roof right there, and then I'll probably get a small window in the bathroom. Do we need to have a window up here? I think the answer is yes. I think there needs to be one right there above this window. Do we need to have windows on the side of the house? Probably. I kind of want to just have one. I don't really want to put that many of them. I know it's a bad idea, but like I'm trying to limit how much money we spend because we don't really have enough money to do anything else. We only have 514. That's so bad. And then if you have to pay for flooring, like look, we're basically out of money. Oh no. Okay, I'm just gonna put a random wallpaper everywhere so that I make sure I've paid for a wallpaper. Oh God. Okay, this is fine. It's gonna be okay. Everything is totally fine, okay? What I'm gonna do now, actually, is rework the kitchen a little bit. Unfortunately for us, this is the only way. So I'm gonna, make some small adjustments. I hate that. Like, actually, genuinely, this I think is so ugly. So that's no good. Hold on. Can I use a smaller window? That's cheaper. We get like 5 extra simoleons from that. Maybe we can swap it around so the kitchen is over here. That's kind of tight, so it's not like the most ideal scenario, but it's maybe a little bit better. Oh my God, we can't afford to paint the walls. I didn't paint the outside walls either. This is a disaster. Okay. We might have to get a cheaper TV. This is the obvious solution, is to get like the cheapest TV. That saves us a lot of money. I just really wanted to have a nicer one. I really want this to be the best house possible, but it's not gonna work. Okay, don't worry. I'm not gonna keep the house blue, okay? I'm not gonna make a blue Suburban, I promise. I'm just painting it blue for now so I pay for something. We'll be able to mess with it later. I just wanna make sure that there's at least something in there. I'm really gonna wanna have an outdoor light. I know that, because we need to have something on the porch, but that's expensive. Okay, maybe we could shrink the house a little bit too. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. I'm just gonna make the whole house just a tiny bit smaller. That should save us a fair amount of money. We can even save money on fences this way, so that's gonna get us a little bit back. That actually got us a lot of money back, 598. Listen, it's not ideal. It doesn't look good. It actually looks really bad, but it's something. Look, I even managed to get a dresser in here. I'll decorate these later. I just want to make sure I've got stuff everywhere first. Do I need to buy a trash can? Is that like totally necessary? Is it really important that I have a trash can? Oh, I need this to be bigger again. I'm sorry. I don't really like how that looks, but I think it needs the space. Like this, it's not gonna work if it's too small. How much is that? 60? Okay, we saved a little bit of money that way. Yeah, that does not work. It needs to be bigger. Okay. Do you think Stanley can get through here? It's so tight. I'm pretty sure that he can. This is just not good. Stanley, can you come test this? I need to make sure that it's fine. Oh, okay. I was pretty sure it would be fine, but that's good. I'm glad it's confirmed. We definitely need to have a trash can. I don't think that they can have a trash can inside and outside. They have to just pick one, and they're unfortunately gonna get one outside. Is this an outdoor trash can or an indoor trash can? That's an outdoor trash can. Oh my God, why is this so expensive? Oh no, they're fine. There's one right there. Never mind, they don't get one. They can use that one. Sorry everybody, false alarm. They don't get to have a real trash can. I've changed my mind. Maybe it would be more beneficial to us if we like made the living room look like this instead. No, that won't do. Can we even afford a rug? I mean, that's not actually that bad for a living room. It just, everything's so tight in here. And then we still want to have toys for the kids. Like we want to have at least something in there. I'd like to have an extra light because it's kind of dark. That's an extra 50 simoleons. Maybe I can replace this sink and we could get like the cheaper one instead. It's only 5 simoleons less, but every little bit counts. And now we can start thinking about color scheme. Oh, yikes. Oops. I think it needs to be a full counter. I'm sorry. I was hoping I could try and make it like fit in a little bit tighter. I don't even know if they can use this chair. Maybe I can make the whole inside be kind of like this ugly green color. It's like green and gray or something somehow. That's almost like really weird together. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but maybe it's fun. I would really, really love if I could have better chairs than that. I would do anything to have a cuter chair than that. I'm actually kind of tempted, and this might be a really bad idea because these are like obviously outdoor chairs, okay? I know that. I promise, I know. I can see it. I know they're supposed to be outside, but what if we use them inside just so we could have some fun colors? Or at least just so it can look like something else, because right now it was looking really ugly. You got to admit, it was not cute. No, this is better. We're getting somewhere with this. How much more expensive is a better rug? Oh, we could also use a small rug and then size it up. This might require me to rethink the layout again. Sorry, everybody. But what if we did that? Because then we could do this and then get like the gray swatch or something so I can fit this weird green and gray vibe I've got going on. Or, well, maybe more realistically, this should be green. Oh, ooh. Yeah, this is ugly. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I'd really like to keep this. I think it's important to me to still have the desk. There's probably a couple things that can be done. Oh no, too much money. Okay, we can use small, cheap books. Small and cheap books can go on that. See, the problem is the big dining table costs more than the small dining table. But what are you gonna do? Just put 2 chairs at it? That looks terrible. I think it's worth it to have more chairs. Oh, I need a mirror too. I almost forgot to buy that. All right, well, that's a functional bathroom. We can't really do much else for them in there, but it does work technically. I put toddler beds. Do you think people would notice if I put toddler beds but didn't put a toddler potty? Because the toddler potty is so expensive. I probably have to, right? You can't just not put a toddler potty when you have toddlers. Well, you can, and I have before. Doesn't mean you should though. Okay, maybe I will get rid of the computer. I really would rather not do that. Like, to me, it's important to have the computer, but we don't have any money. I'm gonna swap these purple walls that I put as placeholders with a gray wall. And then maybe we can try and get some extra green accents in a few places. Okay, I put a couple curtains up too because it adds some more of that like green and gray color scheme that we're going for. It's kind of ugly, all right, but in a fun way. I'm gonna try and get some debug stuff too because I'm thinking that maybe we can put up some of those paintings or like the collectible stuff. You know that painting of a cell? That's what I'm picturing. There's like base game microscope collectibles that are like up close cell prints, and that's kind of what I'm wanting to use. Okay, this isn't the one that I was talking about, but that actually is kind of good. I think the one I want is more expensive, unfortunately. Yeah, it's this. I want to put that. I think that's actually really good vibes. It's pricey, but it matches. Should I use this one here or is that weird? Maybe I'll put it in the kitchen. Kind of a weird wall. It's like a weird size. Okay, I think that might be the whole downstairs finish because we probably can't do much else down here. Like, I don't think that anything else really can be added. And then upstairs, we have to rethink the color scheme in a few of these areas because it's not really looking the cutest right now. Bad idea to get a lamp? I don't know. That's a lot of money for very little return, but at least it looks cute. Like, at least there's something there because otherwise we wouldn't have anything. Oh, maybe we could use the leaf painting. Oh, that's expensive. Okay. Good in theory, maybe in practice not so good. Can I do that in here? Or is that's probably too much? I want to use it, but it's like 11 simoleons, so it's probably a bad idea. Thankfully, a lot of the little kid stuff is really cheap, so it's not gonna be too bad to decorate the kids' room. Like, these little balloon things are 40 and it takes up a lot of space on the wall. Although there's also like little, oh, can't afford that, never mind, sorry. Okay, there's also like dinosaur wallpaper, but that's expensive too, so maybe I shouldn't do it. I can't afford that one. This is so sad. This game is so hard. Okay, that's not too bad though. And then we can maybe put a cheap toy. Like, this one's only 20, so we could put that there and then maybe just call it. Is that the whole interior? Aside from this little hallway, which maybe I'll use the same wallpaper from downstairs in. Oh no, I forgot. We need to have like a railing. We can't afford to put a railing. The stairs are just open because I can't afford a railing. Oh, that's so sad. This is so much worse than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. That's fine. Let's think about the exterior for a second because we do have to fix that and we only have $29 left. Leaning towards painting the exterior green. And thankfully we have access to the debug landscaping, so this shouldn't be too bad. It's not too good either. It doesn't look good at all. Can I move this lot? I don't like it. I think I'm gonna try and do it on this lot instead because the lighting is a little bit better. It's such a boring house. This is the problem. I want it to be cuter than this. And it's just not. It's not cute at all. The inside's okay. The outside sucks. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize I never deleted the fence right here. Okay, that saves us some money too. 110 is like so much money. It's totally fine, okay? Thankfully, there's a lot of stuff in debug, like little flower pots and little hanging plants that we can try to use. So I'm gonna put a whole bunch of stuff like this around. Why is it that so much of the debug landscaping is like genuinely better than the regular landscaping? Like, these bushes look way better than anything we have for real in the the game. Even this one, this is like a regular bush. It's that regular base game one, but it has a darker swatch that we don't have on the regular one. This is maybe a waste of my own time, but what I think I want to do is make a little stone pathway that goes around to the back of the house. And then we can maybe put like a fake fence or something. Just, you know, something that we can put here for it to look more finished. Oh, I can also change the windows. If the windows have some more color on them, that's gonna help too. I honestly don't even know if I like that now that I'm looking at it, but it's okay. It's something. Oh, this item is so pretty. I wish I had space for that here. We need to build a whole house just to use this thing. I put some trees down and then I finished the little pathway. What I was picturing is that we would have some sort of little pathway, sort of like this, something with terrain paint so it's like free and easy to use. And we still have an extra 110 simoleons. Some of these rugs are like really expensive though. Like this little rug, why does that cost 55 simoleons? Doesn't that seem a little excessive to you? But I think it helps. We need to have something on the front porch. We can't afford a bench. We can barely afford this lounge chair. I don't know if I can put anything else on the porch. We might have to just pick something to go inside. I can't even afford a regular chair. Like, we can't get anything. Maybe I should get another plant. How much do the plants cost? You know what? Let's get a little plant. And maybe that's the finished product. It's not good. This house is not good. It also took me way too long to build. This is like kind of embarrassing. I'll just put some terrain paint in as like the last little finishing touch. And then I think I will put it on the gallery unless, wait, what do you think would happen if I tried to put something fancy up there? Like, what if I tried to mix and match a little bit? Is that really, really silly? Because I can put a little piece of trim right there. Maybe, I don't know. It looks like the building has a hat and like not in a good way. Ooh, we can get a flamingo. That's good. That looks terrible. That is a very low quality penguin. Flamingo, sorry. Okay, this is not going well. I can get chimneys for free? Oh my goodness. I don't think I realized I could do that. I can get this thing for free too. Oh, that's good. I'm never paying for that again. Okay, that's good. We have like something up there. I'll put a little chimney on the roof. Oh, does that look bad? Oh, it does look bad. Yikes. Maybe I could go in the back. I don't know where chimneys go. I'm from Florida. Like, what do I know about fireplaces and chimneys? You know what? Let's call it 13,573 simoleons. It's fully functional. I'll put it up on the gallery in case you want to download it. And I think on that note, I am gonna end this video right here. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know that sometimes when I make these budget builds, like they're sort of similar, but also they're kind of annoying because I change my mind so many times. So my apologies. Thank you for putting up with me. I think that it turned out pretty decent in the end. And I've never done this color scheme for a build like this. Oh, that's annoying. The way that floats. Oh no. Of course there's something. Okay, well here's the fully finished product. You can sleep 4 Sims here. I even was brave and put a toddler potty, which was really nice of me. The only problem is there's not a stair railing. So just watch out. And I think I'm gonna end the video here and catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. It's a good thing Sims can't fall off the stairs because that would be dangerous. There are children who live here.